Hello and welcome to Famicom Dojo on the go. This is a strange little video, I guess, but it's one that's occurred to me that you learn certain things when you have way too many copies of the same game for whatever reason. Let's see. For example, this Neon Genesis game. Now, these games look quite different. They're both called Neon Genesis Evangelion. If you look on the side, they look pretty much identical, except, of course, for the currently out of focus numbers. There we go. We've got, turn those around so you can see, GS9141 and GS9051. But anyway, these games, if you open them up, despite them both having the same name, inside have the same disc art and are only distinguishable once again because of those numbers. But the actual data on the disc is exactly the same. Exactly the same. This is a reissue of this game, and I don't know, they suckered people like me into buying it twice. Guilty Gear X for the Dreamcast. The first editions of the game had these very will screw up your CD player little audio CDs in them. And I got that, and I thought, wow, that's a nice little bonus. And then when I got another copy, I noticed that they have an entirely different looking CD in there. And of course, once I found out that there were many, many different variations on that, of course, I had to start, let's see, where's the... start collecting them all. This is not the first time that I've been suckered into something like that. If anybody knows this game, this is the American Sega Saturn version of Magic Knight Rayearth, the last Saturn game by Working Designs, and in fact the last US released Saturn game at all. This is the Umi disc. All the three main protagonist characters each had different disc art. You don't know until you buy the game. I have the Hikaru art, 2 copies of the Hikaru art at my house right now, and I'm looking for this girl. That's Fu, and I've been looking for that for quite a while, but I'm not really willing to pay the prices that Magic Knight Rayearth games go yet. Okay, this next one isn't a difference so much as... This is a very strange game by Warp. This is called... oh gosh. Let's see. Well, the English title is Flap-On the Space Mutant. And I guess it was released in America as like Trip D or something like that. This one actually was released in the US. And it's a very strange little puzzle game. Yeah, actually, you can see it over here. I don't know, pretty like standard, well, odd little puzzle game. I mean, this is by Warp. They're the people who made the D series and stuff like that. But what's interesting is what is not shown. I got this game and I opened it up, and they've got their contact information here. And look at this. It's very clear. Let me make sure that's in focus. It is very clear that someone has taken a magic marker or pen and whited out part of their contact information. I don't know if it's a website that went down or something. It looks fairly long. And I thought that's odd, or maybe just someone was like defacing my copy of that game. But what's interesting is you open up another copy, and yep, it's crossed out there. Oh, you can make out the first character. Still not quite enough information to go by. Let's see. So it wasn't done by machine because each of these whiteouts is a little bit different. This one's much thicker. So someone, when this game was printed, their job, probably an intern, was to go and censor whatever line that was in the game. Can I scratch it off? Not really. So if anybody knows what information was censored for that game, let me know. Actually, this game is pretty amazing. No, it's not Fantasy Quest. It's me holding my phone. Very odd game. There's a little mini game in here actually, where you beat up a old man. You know, like you do. There's a bunch of like mini games besides the official. This one's called Oyaji Hunter. Help me! A lot of gameplay going on here. Justice Punch. That's more than enough of that. And another thing for if you have too many copies of something. The Famicom Dojo Season 1 DVD. What's interesting about this is if you own multiple copies, it actually determines how cool you are. So if you own one copy, I mean you're already very, very cool. But if you own like 5, 10 copies, it turns out you're really, really cool. So just something to think about. Anyway, this is Vinnk, and this was Famicom Dojo on the go.
I really wish I could say I was only obsessive like this about video games, but I'm sitting here with one, 2, 3 different minor variations of the movie Brazil on Laserdisc, with another one on the way from America. Oh, I have a problem. Oh, I have a big